Hello chatbox out there. Today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. I hope you guys are all having a lovely week so far. On my Monday I got up after a nice lie-in and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast and was just listening to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing. My dad had work, he got back and went off for a nap, and me and my mum were just watching a bit of Golden Girls, and then I was just doing some new drawings and colouring on the colouring app on my phone. And my older sister is isolated at the moment, younger sister is at uni, older brother and younger brother were at work, and I played with my beat up doll and did some dolls and dolls photography and sorted my beat up dolls out and put days away. And then my grandma came over and my mum and dad and grandma went off to pick my grandpa up from being in hospital, and they got back and I had to stay home alone. And normally with my anxiety I would have never been able to stay home alone, but I'm getting a lot better at staying home alone now. Not so much in the night time now, but in the daytime I'm a-okay. And I had some tuna sandwiches and a cup of tea for my lunch and did a bit of drawing, listened to a bit of music, watched a few TikToks and some stuff on Netflix. And then they got back and my younger brother was back for lunch break from work, and I went and saw my grandpa. He was in my grandma's car as they were just off to go home, so I just stuck my head in to check on him and see how he was doing, and they then headed off home. And then I watched the Aussie soaps, wrote a bit of my journal, did a bit of drawing and listened to a bit of Kylie, loving her new album. And I then had a carbonara for tea and watched the UK soaps and had a cup of tea and some biscuits and watched I'm a Celebrity. Absolutely love Jordan from I'm a Celebrity, he's just so adorable. And I love all of the campmates so far. Luckily there's not any campmates that I find annoying, touch wood. And I then watched some stuff on Netflix, sorted out my dolls and dollhouse, and then went off to bed. And then on my Tuesday I got up, had a nice freshly shower, got changed, head downstairs and had some toast and a cup of tea and listened to a bit of music. And my mum and dad were asleep. My dad had gone to bed after being at work, and my mum had stayed asleep because she was up in the night, so she had gone back to bed. And my older brother and younger brother were at work, young sisters at uni and older sisters isolating. And I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing, went onto my social medias and did some colouring in pages and watched some TikToks and uploaded a new TikTok. And then for my lunch, me and my dad, when my dad was up for his nap, had gone off to get my grandparents' prescriptions from the chemist, and I went and got those. But there was a bit of palaver getting those because I asked for the prescriptions and said their address, but it was actually our address that was on the prescriptions. So of course I had to call my dad up, who was waiting in the car, and he said try our address. So I said our address and I was like, yep, that's it. So I got those, and then we dropped them round to my grandparents' house, then went off to Tesco's and I got myself a meal deal for my lunch and got a few bits and bobs. And I'm going to show you one of the things I purchased. There's this ginormous tub of Nutella. I absolutely bloody love Nutella. It's so good, and this is definitely gonna take me a while to get through, which is good because my family are a massive Nutella loving family, so it always goes very quickly. Then I got myself cinnamon swirls, love them, absolutely love a good cinnamon swirl. And I then got this Christmas decoration that says Merry Christmas on, and that's hung up on my dollhouse already, ready for me to decorate it. I've put that one up, but I'm not going to be putting any more of the decorations up just yet because I still think it's a little bit too early to put decorations up. I mean, it's not even December yet, maybe first week of December probably, depending on how Christmassy I feel. And I listened to a bit of Kylie and a bit of Madonna and 1975 and some other singers and bands when I got back, and watched the Aussie soaps. caught up on I'm a Celebrity as I hadn't watched Tuesday night's I'm a Celeb. Did a bit of drawing and messed around on TikTok a bit. And my older brother was back from work, and younger brother too. And my older brother is living in his new bedroom next door. And when he's doing his exercising, he bashes onto the wall, which ends up causing stuff in my dollhouse to fall over, and it's so annoying. But at least he's now being a lot more careful, so it hasn't happened since. And I said, if we're going to exercise on the other side of the room, not against the wall, because I don't want any of my stuff getting broken. And then I watched the UK soaps and watched Bake Off, the semi-final, and I don't care who wins now, they are all amazing, love them, and yeah, they all are all worthy winners in my eyes. And then I watched the new I'm a Celeb last night, and it's so good, and yeah, I absolutely love it. And they've got 2 new campmates joining them, so hopefully they're not annoying, because so far I like all of the campmates and I don't find any of them too annoying. And yeah, it's so good. Love Ant and Dec, they're just absolute legends. And then I went off to bed, and then today, it is Wednesday, middle of the week, I got up and I was just had a bit of a lazy morning, just watching vlogs and TikToks, listening to music and just having a bit of a chill out. And then I got up, headed downstairs, and my mum's feeling a lot better than she was, but she has good days and bad days. She's having the long COVID, so she's not contagious anymore, and she hasn't really got COVID anymore, but it's just the aftermath of it, so the achy body, the bit of a cough and stuff, and it's just taken a while to get over it, so it kind of sucks. But she's feeling a lot better. She has good days and bad days, but she thinks that she's over the worst of it now. And I didn't get much sleep last night because I've got a bit of a toothache, and because of that, and your teeth and your ears are linked, my ear then started to ache as well. So of course I had a tooth and earache at the same time, which was not very good, not very pleasant, and I didn't really get much sleep. So I had a nice lie-in this morning, which was really good and really needed, and I woke up feeling a lot better. And yeah, I am feeling a lot better in myself. And I then had a nice chat with her, just having a nice catch up over anything and everything, and we watched this animal program. My dad had been at work, he'd got back and gone off to bed. Brothers were at work, youngest is at uni, and oldest is in isolation at the moment. And I had some Nutella toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. Not a cup of tea, it was a cup of warm milk actually instead. I didn't have a cup of tea, I'll have a cup of tea later on. And yeah, I watched some episodes of Friends and Doctor Who and a bit of Merlin, love that. And I have started watching this Netflix series called Beyond, which is a sci-fi fantasy drama, which is right up my street, absolutely loving it. And also watched some old Glee episodes, blooming love that show. And my younger brother got back for lunch break, and for my lunch I had some sausage sandwiches and a cup of tea, and I watched the Aussie soaps, wrote a bit of my journal, did a bit of drawing, and watched Home Alone 1, and I'm having a Home Alone marathon today, helping me get into the festive spirit of things. Who knows, after this I might put my decorations up, might be tempted, might hold on a little bit longer. And yeah, I then was just sorting out my office out, tidying that up because it's a little bit of a mess, and sorting out my dolls and dolls, and did a bit of Bluetooth doll photography. And I watched some episodes of Doctor Who and Supernatural's newest episode. Can't believe it's finishing. There's one episode left. I'm going to miss those Egypts, as Bobby would say. I miss them so much. Love that show. 15 years of epicness, and yeah, I just love it. And when it finishes, I'll probably be watching it from start to finish, like I've done before. I just love it so much. One of my favourite shows. And then I watched this LGBTQ series on Netflix called Banana, which I've started watching, which I absolutely love, which is written by Russell T Davies, who also wrote for Doctor Who. And I did a bit of colouring in after colouring up on my phone, which is super therapeutic, absolutely loving that. Hadn't used the app for a while, and I was feeling a bit stressed and a bit anxious, So I got on there and did a bit of colouring in and made me feel a lot better. And then I had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and I then was watching some stuff of Record I needed to watch and some stuff off BBC iPlayer. Started watching the newest episodes of this series of BBC iPlayer that I'm watching, which name is out of my head, and also have been catching up on Firefly as well. I love that show so much, such a great show, such a great cast. And I then watched some old episodes of EastEnders, this is Baron Farnsworth, and worked on a new Structured Life book, and that's going really well. Loving that. Had a bit of a break from writing and I started writing again, and it's going really well, and I cannot wait to share it with my friends and family soon, who have always been like, when are you going to be, what are you going to write next? So I have a writing group on my Facebook. I always share little snippets of it, and it's got quite a few members now, which I'm so blown back by, because I post little snippets of my writing and just little quotes that I come up with, and sometimes put quotes up, and yeah, it's going really well, loving that. And I watched Kylie's Showgirl tour. Would have loved to have gone to see that tour. I went to see the Golden Tour instead because of my dyspraxia. I couldn't handle like loud noises and stuff when I was younger, so I don't think I would have coped seeing the Showgirl tour back in 2005. So waiting and going to see the Golden Tour when I was older and a lot more able to cope was a lot better. And I was watching Kylie's look back, so of her most iconic looks on Vogue on YouTube, and I was like, I cannot believe I've seen her live now. It's just so crazy. I still sometimes have to pinch myself to think that I was so lucky to get to see her after all these years. And yeah, it's amazing seeing some of her iconic looks, like the white gown look from Can't Get It On My Head, which was inspired by Grace Kelly, and Grace Jones, yeah, Grace Jones, not Grace Kelly, Grace Jones, and the golden hot pants, obviously the infamous golden hot pants. And yeah, she's had some very iconic looks over the years, and I was just watching her disco like virtual tour concert thing she did for the disco album, which was amazing. Her vocals are so good, she's just such a legend. And yeah, I'm now off to go and start watching Home Alone 2 and then Home Alone 3. I'm so happy that Home Alone are on Disney Plus. They aren't on Netflix, unfortunately, and I was so happy that I found them on Disney Plus. So I'm going to be finishing watching all of those, and then probably watch a few more Christmas films, and then it's going to be watching today's Aussie soaps and just spending the rest of the day just chilling. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far, and all have a lovely rest of your week, and I shall see you soon in the new vlog coming very soon. Bye!